What's up, YouTube? Jay here. Today we're going to talk about probably the most hated topic in the music world right now: artificial intelligence applied to music production. Singers, producers, mix and mastering engineers, musicians, everybody's scared to death by AI, and many of us actually genuinely hate it. So if you can relate, you should stick around because I'm going to show you something called Mozart AI. And by the end of this video, there are high chances that you're going to change your mind or at least feel a bit reassured. So let's go. So yeah, AI is popping up everywhere, and in some cases it's doing things better and faster than us. We've all seen these platforms where you go and type, make me a techno banger or make me a pop song hit, and bam, you have a professionally arranged, crazily good sounding track with amazing vocals in a matter of seconds, something that would take people years to learn and a team of professionals months to do it. And now it's done in a matter of seconds, just with a line of text. I consider myself an AI enthusiast, but I hate this click to get a song kind of way of applying this technology to music production. Because where is the creativity? Where's the humanity in that? Why would you want to replace the whole creative process with prompting? I think instead what people should do is thinking of AI as a tool for producers, a tool for creative people. Let AI do the boring things like sample search or reduce the amount of clicks that we have to do to make music. Let AI expand our sonic palette by, I don't know, generating new sounds, finding new ways of creating sounds. Let AI inspire us and give us ideas that we wouldn't think of ourselves. The good news is that finally people are starting to understand that, and tools like Mozart AI are finally going into the right direction, which is not just type something and get a fully arranged song, but it's an AI-based tool for music making. Let me show you. When you open Mozart AI, you're prompted with 4 different workflows, and each one of them is a different way to start making music with AI. There is already a video from Simulation Beats, which goes through each one of them in a zoomed out fashion. It's very good. I'm gonna leave it in the description. So if you're curious about how they work in general, I would suggest you watch that. But today we're gonna dive into the layers workflow, which in my opinion is where things start to get interesting. So basically, in the layers workflow, you can assemble a track loop, by querying, by writing what you want for each track. So it's very different from write a prompt and get a fully arranged track, but you get to make the song with the AI assistant. It's like jamming with AI. You can ask, give me a beat in this way, give me a bass in this other way, and you can reject or accept what it proposes. And the cool thing is that it's coherently building the track because everything that is already been done is used as context for what's generated next. And you can also start with your own files, with your own loop, your own beat, whatever you have. You can start from your own material and take it from there. How cool is that? Before starting making a little demo track together, I want to show you what I've came up with after playing around with the layers workflow for a little bit. And I was blown away by the audio quality. And also I enjoy the process because I was driving it. I had an intention. I wanted to make, in this case, a Psytrance track. And I started with a Psytrance beat. Then I added a Psytrance bass. I pushed the AI in the direction I wanted and ended up with this. I also made a house, or let's say housey track. That sounds like this.
Yeah. Come on. Move your body. Feel the beat.
And finally, more Berlin Techno kind of vibe style track. crazy stuff. The quality is really high of each samples, and that's the cool thing, right? We can export all of these tracks separately and take it from there in Ableton or your favorite DAW. You can use this as a solid starting point for making a track. If used properly, I think this tool can help finishing tracks and making tracks in a much shorter way, and also help getting out of the creative block when you don't know what to add. You can put it here and get inspired. Okay, now let's go and have a little demo of the layers workflow and show you the features that I like the most. So let's start with a beat, right? I do electronic music, dance music, so let's make a housey, funky track. How about that? So make a 4 on the floor kick only, 4 kick only loop for a housey track. And you can choose the key and the BPM and make it a bit faster. Great. Okay, got that kick. Sounds like this. Not that. And now we say make a tops loop with a lot of swing, groovy, sexy, and using 909 style sounds. All right, we got our top loop. Let's see how it sounds. We saw it. Not bad. And here I already showcased one of my favorite features of this thing. You can basically make it for sample production. You can ask for a sample that you want. Sorry, sample making companies, but this is gonna definitely be used in that way, right? I want a loop like that. I want a synth stub like this. I want a kick in this way. And you can generate as many as you like and choose or save them all and use them later in your productions. How cool is that? Now I want to move to the DAW. It's going to be an AI DAW, which is a crazy concept. And let me show you how it works. You get like usually your tracks. Now we have a loop of 8 bars. But whenever you add a track, well, another very cool feature is that you can have also MIDI tracks. But let's stick with audio tracks if I want to show you something. You can also read your microphone, of course. What the AI is called an agent. And basically every track has its own agent. And the cool thing is that you can add references. So you can reference an artist, for instance, I don't know, Carl Cox. Let's do something like that. And make a sexy bass line, mostly upbeat notes in the style of House and Carl Cox in particular. I don't know how it's gonna make use of this information, but usually it's pretty much on spot. Let's wait till it's done. Okay, Bella bass, let's see how it sounds. Fat. Nice. Let's try now something else. Let's add a guitar in the style of Daft Punk, and we reference a song this time. Get lucky. Okay, we got the guitar. Let's see how it sounds. Cool. You can cut it or use only parts that you want. Another cool thing I want to show you is the possibility of adding MIDI tracks with some plugins that they have. You can have different sounds preset and you can play them with your own MIDI keyboard so that you can record something on top of this. And then you have it here on top of everything. And on a MIDI track, you can select a portion and describe improvisations, or and it's gonna do something on its own, or you can describe the changes and say, make this more rhythmical, make this more like that, make this in different ways. And here I got the improvisation. You can choose which one and select the one that you like. The last thing I want to show you guys is the mixer effects, which are actually not bad at all. For instance, in the tops, you can add an EQ. I really like the EQ, is very present and bold. And you can use it to trim your hi-hat in this case, or make your kick a bit more subby, or add some delay to your guitar. Audio 4, you click here, you add delay. And you have, as of today, distortion, reverb, delay, filter, also really nice, and EQ, so that you can trim and adjust your samples a little bit, maybe before exporting them and working on them on Ableton or with using your favorite plugin. Okay, so now that you have learned about AI DAWs, you have two choices. You can either keep complaining on Reddit, on YouTube, and ranting about AI taking over the music production world, or you can go on the Mozart website and start playing around with this really cool tool that's gonna get only better from now on. And if you like the video as usual and you learned something, just smash the like button and see you next time.